This video demonstrates DORA, a system that showcases interactive deep reinforcement learning for exploring very large data. Data exploration depends on data and scenario complexities, as well as user ability to express their needs. Exploration scenarios range from looking for a needle in a haystack to finding clusters of objects. Several machine learning-based approaches have been developed to learn exploration policies. However, there is a lack of an integrated framework to experiment such policies. DORA the Explorer is an interactive data exploration system that provides users with the full spectrum of exploration modes on large data sets. It is driven by data familiarity and curiosity and opportunistic user interventions. At the heart of DORA are exploration pipelines. A pipeline is a sequence of exploration operators that are closed under a set-based semantics. This is the interface of DORA. In the A zone is the current pipeline that is being executed. In the B zone are the results of the last executed operator in the pipeline. The C zone is dedicated to choosing an exploration mode and selecting the parameters of the model to be trained. The D zone is the operator selection zone, where users may choose from a number of operators and also choose arguments, input sets, execute an operator, or undo a previously executed operator. The E zone is dedicated to pipeline management. Users can save the current pipeline, load the previous pipeline, or restart the exploration. This interface is available to users, whereas they can execute pre-trained pipelines, create new pipelines, or customize existing pipelines. In the offline phase, raw data is pre-processed, attributes are binned, and our set-based data model is instantiated. Additionally, the offline training has two components: a training of an A3C deep reinforcement learning agent that balances curiosity and familiarity, as well as an environment interface that contains training set and encodes the different states of our system. Let's look at DORA in action. The first mode is the manual mode. In this case, there is no training. Users can choose from among a number of operators. The first operator is usually a bifacet to dive into the dataset. Here, the dataset comes from the SDSS Sky server data, which has information about galaxies and stars in the universe. The current pipeline zone starts being populated. The first operator, bifacet, did not bring any reward. So we're going to try a by neighbors operator that's going to look in the neighborhood of a selected set. So let's say we're taking this set that contains 260,000 galaxies that are described here. So on these galaxies, the only available by neighbors is on this attribute, which is part of the description. By neighbor is going to be looking for neighboring sets of galaxies. Again, the user may choose to pick another by neighbors operation. The input set needs to be chosen for that. So this can go on for a while and assumes that the user is able to choose an operator, understand how that operator functions, choose an input set, and execute it. Additionally, users can examine individual sets that are returned by the execution of the last operator. Let's now restart. So the next mode is going to be the fully guided mode that chooses among a number of pre-trained models that yield an exploration pipeline. Here, the pre-training is based on assuming that the target set to be looked for is scattered. and that curiosity is set to half. We load the pre-trained model and start the exploration. In this scenario, the user gets to observe the execution of a series of operations that form the model. Here again, the current pipeline zone shows the operators that are being executed one after the other, along with the reward that this operator has brought. Each operator is selected based on the pipeline that has been pre-trained. Here, we do not see any user interventions, and the system chooses automatically which next operator to execute, along with the input set and the parameters. The user can pause the exploration at any time and examine the results and their descriptions. Now let's move to the partially guided mode. In this case, again, the user may set parameters to load a pre-trained model. But the difference is that the user gets to then intervene and decide which input set to consider, maybe change the operator to be executed and launch it. One can see that different modes can be combined. In this case, the previous pipeline from the fully guided mode is preserved, and the new operators are appended to that pipeline. The user may choose to save that pipeline or to restart the exploration from scratch. Whenever a user chooses a particular model, such as this one, which is a partially guided model with a target set, property, and a weight, the user can examine information about the training of that model. This information provides details on the different rewards, the intrinsic curiosity reward, the extrinsic familiarity reward, as well as the usage of the different exploration operators. Additionally, whenever the user chooses to run a particular model and the operators displayed and the pipeline, the current pipeline displayed, the user may also choose to intervene and request some details about the current pipeline being executed. Here again, we can see the usage of the different operators, as well as some details on their rewards. Stay tuned for upcoming versions.